Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancion. I thought I'd come and say hello. I thought to present, I had this idea, this thought. We have the World Day for this, or World Day for that, and to make World Day of Silence. A World Day of Silence. And for this day, everybody will have to do their best not to make noise and not to speak at all. And so you would have to carry this signs that says, I'm participating in the World Day of Silence. So I cannot speak, I can only communicate by writing. So you can communicate by writing. But I think it would give a lot of people a lot of power to return to this non-speaking. I've been in phases of my life where I met people that were actually doing those like 1 week, 1 month without speaking a word, and so you save a lot of vital energy flow. And so it would be the World Day of Silence. Who knows? Maybe so. It would be a good idea to talk about that. Well, the whole humanity that makes silence and pray for the planet and for the environment and for taking care of ourselves. In a sense, we have to trust God a lot more because God is all powerful, He's all loving, and He is with you. So it's like, why not to trust? In a sense, it's like, but it's part of the game. Huh? We are already one with ourselves, which is the soul. We already are one with our soul, and. Just we're particle of our soul. Our soul is an eternal being. We're just particle, personas that is chosen to incarnate throughout time and space, to embody different personas so that we can explore a vast array of creativity, of creative experience. And so I'm going to pull a few cards. I want to say about this letter to yourself about in 2020 that to right now. We have to close it down before December, so in respond to my last video. And in relationship to Marcus Aurelius, the thought for myself, the intention was different because here you actually write a letter to your intention is to write it to your future self. When in Marcus Aurelius, it's his inner self that talks to this human consciousness. But Marcus Aurelius is the ideal of Plato. He's both a king and a philosopher. He's the compassionate leader. He has the responsibility to hold the highest administrative wisdom. We are seeking beings to govern that have administrative wisdom and that are transparent and that are who are neutral in their relationship to relationships. It's like, in a sense. So Marcus Aurelius was very was a really good example of spiritual leaders. For there's a lot of philosophers that have addressed the idea like of wise management of power, like Immanuel Kant as well. So life on the earth is a teaching process. We're learning each and every day, which is in truth there is only one life, and it's the eternal life of God. But we have forgotten this eternal life of God. Therefore, we're having an experience. We have to be complement to our soul, to our spirit, to our insight, to our feeling center, to become a cooperative component. And also wanted to speak about our spirit guides. Our spirit guides are a family of guides. I want to thank my master guide, Cornelius from Chiron, my guardian angel, Shining Star. They are energies. I have a chance to meet them a long time ago. My other guides as well. Long time ago, in 1992, I had the first channeling session with a channeler. And I had about 10 sessions after that. But in this first session, my master guide told me all that I needed to know in relationship to my life path. I come to realize I still have recording of those tapes. But it's a process for them. They live in the higher planes. And so it is good to commune and communicate with them as much as possible, understanding it connects us to the company of heaven, which is an unlimited field of creative potential. There is no limit all the way to the farther absolute we can reach. There is it's there is no limit in the potential for spiritual integration, and so it's like the sky's no longer even the limit when you really think about it. So for this day of silence, maybe this is just a painting. It says silence. I have two models, a prototype, and this just says paradise. it just keeps the focal point on whatever we want as a ultimate reality. Paradise is a symbolic of all the best things we ever wish in our life, and so this is a good painting to remind us to stay focalized on paradise, the center of all things, the home of God. So the highest wisdom is the 8 of Michael. You could be free. Be courageous enough to change the situation, not seeing things very clearly. Yes, it's about having the courage to change, the courage to let go, because we have attachment in some sense. What we need to understand is the Ace of Raphael. Positive experience on the emotional level. You will be fulfilled by a romantic relationship. Let yourself be guided by your intuition. Wonderful. It's the Ace of Cup. It's the Holy Grail. What we need to do is the Great Priestess. It's the Archangel Eniel. It's a major arcane. It says perspicacity, psychic perspicacity, reflection and meditation that are of great value. Be in peace. It is really the card of intuition, of connection to higher energies, higher frequency. And the outcome is the 10 of Gabriel, which is we do not want to let the outer forces afflict us. It says, ask the angel to place the people capable to help you on your path. You are working too much. You are doing too much to please others. So with this holiday, you have to not use to not allow yourself to become exhausted in the service of others. And so I wanted to show these paintings as well. Is a study. I've made 3 studies on paper. This is the first study on canvas. It's about the Déjeuner sur l'herbe. It's from Edouard Manet. It's a study. It's not finished. I just started it, and this is a girl that's looking at herself in a mirror. I was looking back at the person, and I finished also my Mondrian portrait. It might probably be finished. I'm thinking to maybe in France I'm going to do this to evolve this kind of communication into a TV show, half entertainment, philosophy, education. But we'll see what happens. It's coming as possibility. I want to sing a song. Or maybe I should just discuss the idea of the 4 body. We have to heal and ascend and save our 4 body. The first body is the mental body. We wanna connect it to the mind, the cosmic mind body, the cosmic mind, soul, spirit of God, so this is a way when so our spirit is completely whole, completely the mental body. Then the emotional body, we want it to reach, attain, and sustain and maintain a state of bliss and ecstasy, of total freedom. This emotional body needs to be aligned. Then the physical body is a difficult one. It needs to be purified, to be as clear as a crystal, to hold the highest frequency possible. And then finally, the astral body is what connects us to the world of dream and projections and desires, and so all of this needs to be aligned with our dreams and desires, needs to be aligned with the plan of our soul. The soul and the astral body will eventually commute. It's the immortals, the yin to the yang and the yang to the yin. It's a divine complement, masculine and feminine, that will eventually meet and fuse and create this wholeness development. So in essence, so the astral body is and the soul are the mother fathers to all the bodies, the other bodies. So we want to align that. Well, I hope this video was interesting for you. Everybody's got black phone here, and it's like when you put it on the table, you can recognize it. So I painted it the other day. My new phone. It's the sign of Chiron. I'm connected to this planet named Chiron. And then on the other side, I placed the sign of Fortuna, and then this is my cosmic key here, and there is the land. But I really like it. It's just kind of nice to have a phone that is unique in a sense. And the signs can be changed too. It depends on who you are, what you want to connect in terms of energy. It is easy. You just put a couple of colors, and then you find the symbol a couple of colors to create a background, and then a couple of colors to write the symbols on, to personify your phone. I'm going to finish with a song. It's a half song because I didn't I didn't really, was inspired to find a song, so I started singing this song. It's called Fever. It's half a song, but it was like this. Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever. Fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun light up the daytime, moon light up the night. I light up when you call my name, and you know I'm gonna treat you right. You give me fever. Fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Thank you very much for staying to this. Do you have the song? There's the other half, though. Maybe I'll sing it complete someday. I'm going to pull one more card just to finish and to see what what is the card that is escaping. It's the card of empowerment, so we'll use that as self-empowerment, to become empowered, to let go of all the powers that we give to others and to return to this inner power of well-being and health, wealth, happiness, compassion, wisdom, all those things, to become that which we've always wanted to be. Thank you very much. Namaste.